1, 2, 3, 4.
Good evening, and welcome to the show. It's Thursday. Let's have a good time.
Yes, indeed we will. Welcome, Sppike Mike, to the show.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That is some delicious hum right there.
Yeah, what's that?
Me?
Yeah, it's you.
Oh, crap.
I would probably ditch that pedal board. All right, welcome to the show, everybody. Hello, I'm Mike Ruggiero. Sppike Mike, you're in the house, dude. You made it.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Thank you for hanging out today.
My
Tonight.
pleasure, man.
Yeah,
My
man.
pleasure.
So that was a nice piece of music right there. What was that?
That was an old Del Shannon tune. That's called Runaway. That's actually, the bass line on that song is way different than the way I play it, of course. I kind of follow the melody of the vocals and the guitar line a little bit.
I dug it. I was rolling the dice with my take on it and going for like a surf vibe, but it seemed to be, you know. And then we were kind of making fun a little bit of the Dead Milkman earlier. Maybe we'll give you a prelude of that in a moment. So who's this guy? Dusty. Dusty's
Hello.
back, our
What's
guest
up?
drummer.
Hello.
What's that, man? You sound killer.
Good to be out.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, man. Good times.
Yeah, it is another unique episode here on Theory Thursday, everybody. We have a rare and lovely appearance from our executive producer, Mr. Glenn Hood. Let's give it up for Glenn. What's up? Yeah.
Good.
That's right, he's here. Jason.
Figured it out. I didn't click off the distortion. So
Oh, yeah, we good?
Yeah.
You know, I was
'Cause
prepared.
I'm not used to the light being not.
I see. We were going to stick that responsibility on Sppike Mike
No,
tonight.
yeah.
Just be like, hey, jack him in, jack him off.
No. Jack,
Hey!
jack on, jack off.
I didn't plan to say that.
I had no idea it was going to be that much fun.
We're open-minded. That was hilarious.
All right.
So we were talking about earlier how like you dig doing firsts, and what we mean is that there's a lot of firsts tonight. Sppike Mike being on the show, Glenn Hood being here, Dustin Norberg on his first repeat freaking guest appearance, and then you playing guitar.
Playing guitar tonight. Yeah.
Yeehaw.
I gotta scream that shit again. Him playing guitar. Pop a lick off. Give us a sound. What do you got? You got some funky pedals in here. Show our lovely audience some of your synthy weird analog shit.
All right. This is a.
Now that is cool. I feel like something happened on my like.
You're going to have to use that during the funk section of the show.
Yeah.
Definitely. We bust in some funk jam a little later.
Speaking of funk, look at this bass.
This bass, this is a Reverend Watt Plower, designed by Mike Watt, one of my greatest influences
Love
of
Mike
all
Watt.
bass. It's a short scale, of course. It's ash. It sustains. It's got a huge sweeping pot.
Is that a brass block?
Yes,
That
it has
is vicious
a brass
looking.
block under the bridge, which allows it to sustain like endlessly and
So cool.
like the whole thing with the short scales for me is extra growl that comes out of it.
Let's. What are you talking about, man? Show us.
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
Well, that is a wonderful acoustic tone. Where's our? Where's the?
volume.
There we go.
Right there.
Yeah, let's hear that.
So you know the nut behind the wheel, right?
Those are, you know, just going through a DI into the PA, it's got that, there's a nice brightness there. We also got some lovely looking pickups here, right here. It's
Yeah.
got like a blade system.
Yeah, the Reverend pickups are, I don't know, it's hard to describe other than good.
Yeah. Well, it's okay to if it's hard to describe, take
Yeah.
your time. I want to know. Give me some weird adjectives.
Well, okay, so they're not P-bass pickups. And like that's important to me because I'm the guy that likes a little bit different, a little bit of weird stuff. Like I'm not like I don't buy Camaros.
Oh,
And, like I don't buy
breaking my heart.
Mustangs. And like, you know, I'm not that guy. Give me a Valiant wagon, you know.
You know, you and Glenn were having a pretty gnarly conversation earlier about
Yeah.
your car yard. What do you call it?
Yeah, my car garden.
Your car garden.
Yeah,
That's
my
rad.
car garden.
Totally rad
lives-
conversation. We got to clue Jason in. Talk about the car garden.
The car garden lives at Laughing Tiki Garage, which is how I fund the insanity of my music career. Really, is I'm a mechanic on the side, and
I got
I
you.
do a little bit of work here and there. And I've been fortunate enough to build some pretty crazy vehicles. If you want to see, check out my Facebook page, Laughing Tiki Garage.
Laughing Tiki Garage.
Yeah.
How do you do the squareback with the LS2 with twin turbos on it?
Yeah, that's a beautiful build. I'd love to see that. Man.
Well, you might have to.
Yeah, for sure.
So, in juxtaposition to the reverb bass in our pickups here,
Okay.
It's P. You were elaborating on that. It's not a P bass.
It's not a P bass. The tone's a bit different. The placement looks very. Everybody's like, well, they look like P basses, pickups. They're
Kinda looks
placed
like
in the sweetest spot there is. I think in placement in the way that they design it. Now this is all designed by Mike Watt. Mike Watt worked with Ken Haas of Reverend to create this piece of bass playing heaven, which works really good for guys with middle to smaller hands like mine. And
so that's all purchased. All these decisions are obviously on purpose. You have smaller hands, so you want the shorter scale.
Right. The shorter scale works well. The other thing too is like, I'm a bit older. Like I don't know if my gray is showing a lot, but
not really.
Being in my 50s, my hands are a bit beat up. I played football, I skateboarded, I laid carpet for a long time. I've worked really hard, and so my hands are a bit beat up, and I get a little bit of arthritis here and there. So
what about all those lovely women that I see you with? And don't they caress your hands? And
they do, but they're not like with me all the time.
Wow.
So I do have to be somewhat self-sufficient at this point in my life. But yeah, the thing with the short scale is it's more forgiving on my hands, and it allows me to hit different ranges and stuff, whereas a long scale, you got to work a little harder, you get a little better sustain out of it.
Yeah, sure.
And it's more clean, it's much cleaner, which I have 15 basses, so I have a couple long scales for recording purposes or whatever else, but as far as my favorites to play, the Gibson EB3, I have a 69 EB3.
Awesome.
It's a beautiful piece.
I can only imagine what it looks like.
Crown hollow body that's like a Beetle bass, but it's got a wider bell. So it's deeper,
like an old Bogner,
it's
but
Japanese pickups. Like those are the three faves I have.
You dig those?
Yeah.
So when you're playing loud, doing the Spice Pistols. Spice
Yes.
Pistols is a crazy, funky concept. We'll talk about that in a moment after this next jam, of course. But
Yes.
So some of these requirements you have, the bass pulls it off. When you're playing loud, doing more of a punk rock approach, does the bass tone that you need have to be cleaner, or do you like it raunchier?
Well, I'm like kind of when it comes down to it, as far as tone's concerned, I've always believed that the song dictates the tone.
Okay.
Okay, the song, the setting, the purpose, what you're trying to get across. What we're doing in Spice Pistols is it's kind of classic punk, but not so much too, because we're blending a pop band and a pop sound with punk rock. So it retains that melody line and it retains, that basic structure, but we bring the growl into it a little bit. So I play like with my tone like a little more towards the bright side when I'm playing in that band, because the feel of the band and the way that we rearrange those songs require it.
Sure.
Now the punk tone, there's people that'll sit and argue for days on end about what a punk tone is on bass, and that it's a 1970 P bass, period.
Through the Ampeg, SVT, etc.
Exactly. And you know what, man? There's nothing more not punk rock than being uniform. Okay, like if you're going with some set determined, go shop at fucking Hot Topic in the mall, man. I mean,
That's where I get all my clothes.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm like the only old guy in there looking at Iron Maiden t-shirts. I'm just kidding.
The whole point behind punk rock was doing whatever the fuck you want without anybody
Yeah.
telling you what to do.
And not shopping at Hot Topic.
I mean, Mr. Rogers was punk rock as fuck. I
Yeah.
mean, the guy talked about principles when no one else did. You know what I mean? And he brought it mainstream. He tried to teach children how to live by spiritual principles, and he found a way to do it, and he got a little backing. But him going and taking the courage to do all that straight up front was way more punk rock than
I agree.
99% of like everybody gets a bomber jacket because someone else has one.
I also think Frank Zappa was pretty much the first punk rock artist myself,
Yeah.
Well, speaking of, let's throw something at us. Let's jam.
Okay, all right, how about this? This is a little something that's a little more jazz and progressive in nature. We'll just vibe off it.
C sharp minor.
awesome.
Yeah. That was a dude. I was totally digging on your parts.
Yeah.
You're arpeggiating all over the
It's
place.
comping.
You know, kind of, a little bit of. I'm kind of going on a whim right now. The Radiohead,
Digging
the
Spike's
Radiohead
vibe.
guys. You know, Johnny
I'm
with
doing.
Ed. He was
Yeah,
Ed.
I was definitely mimicking some Radiohead-ish.
Dude, great job.
Yeah, that was badass. Good job, Dustin.
Digging
Man.
on your vibe.
Justin,
Very fun,
You guys,
yeah.
thank
Very
you
cool.
very much for meeting me with that. I purposely threw that at you because I played it for other people that have gone, huh?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
what do we do now? You know, I've presented it to a couple.
Wait till you see us when we're stumped. We do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been told that's a bass solo deal.
Very interesting. It was in C sharp minor for like a
Yeah.
good 32, and then
was never in C sharp.
It was never C sharp minor. It was always A.
It was always A.
Yeah,
If you're playing, I'm like, I don't think that's where it is.
That's very tense, Mike. Good
the other-
ears.
The loop.
The good news is
Luke.
I'm used to playing over bass solos.
yeah,
I understand the bass solos.
yeah.
What was the intro?
true, man.
Just so I don't feel a complete
It
jackass.
just
I
comes
think you
around this way.
Oh, it went B minor. It was like
Yeah, it's got a weird resolve.
so. I just called. I was a whole step off.
Well, you were anticipating his other song, and we didn't do that. So that's why you were thinking C sharp minor.
See, that's why I love my co-host. He makes great excuses for me.
Right. Yeah, that works.
Right on.
Thank you guys for that. That was
It was
cool,
fun.
man.
Yeah, it was,
Pleasure. I loved it.
Yeah.
There was a topic I had prepared for us after this jam. Spice Pistols.
Oh.
Yeah, let's talk about
Pistols.
talk about the concept. It's a
Okay, so the
interesting
concept. Everybody asked me like, what made you want to wear fishnets, right? And I'm like,
I put
well,
a couple of pictures at the beginning.
Great, good job.
people
Thank
are
you.
aware.
Thank you. The truth of the matter is that when the concept came to me, it happened in the middle of a conversation with a couple of female musician friends of mine that were talking about wanting to put together a all-girl punk rock band, and we were throwing around names and ideas for them. And after about 15 minutes or so, I went, hey, what if you guys did Spice Girl songs, Sex Pistols style, and called it Spice Pistols? And one of the girls came back and said, I would never play those broads' music. They suck. That's so not punk, blah, 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 blah. And I went, well, screw you guys. I'm going to do it in drag then. And it was
Wow.
like, boom, like the vision of me in leopard skin, leopard tard, and fishnets on stage. I honestly could not stop laughing for fucking 25 minutes. I signed off the conversation and sat in my living room laughing my ass off. And then the whole
Can I ask a question?
sure.
What size fishnets do you buy?
They're one size fits all, brother. There's some out there for
glad I
you too,
asked.
man.
You know I'll wear them.
Yeah, dude.
No, that's not true either.
The whole development of the concept, man, at first, honestly, I went, wait, I don't know if I'm cool with going on stage in fishnets. After the concept came to me, I had to do some processing. And, I looked at it and
No, it's this one.
I asked no less than 20 musician friends of mine that I threw the idea at. I said, do you think this thing will work? Is this going to be a gag or what? And my intent was to invite people that have lots of stage time, that are pro people, to be involved, because in any kind of theatrical production like that, the music has to be the foundation, and it has to be right, and it's got to be.
It's got to be good.
Yeah, it can't be a distraction, in order to feed the theatrical aspect.
What are the fishnets going to do?
The fishnets confuse you long enough to see that I don't know how to play bass. No.
You play bass great, man.
No, you know what, man? Because I so do not look like a woman, that's why the fishnets work.
Why am I attracted to you then?
I don't know. We can discuss that later, Mike.
Okay.
Figure that out.
Yeah,
I'm just
man.
having fun, man.
Yeah, of course.
That's why do you think I crossed my legs just then?
That's the whole point. And that's what I was building up to with that whole thing is after I went to all my friends, and every one of them said, you have to do this. You have to do this. This is a gift. You got to recognize it as that, and you have to do it. And I went, fuck. And then I had to ask myself, am I comfortable enough with my sexuality to be able to do this and deal with hecklers and whatever else and not snap and beat somebody up and all that crap? And like, yeah.
Do the other bandmates share the same concerns?
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys conspire, be like, hey man,
Yeah.
are you gonna wear the red fishnets? Because I'm wearing the black. You guys get all concerned, like.
Well, see, here's the thing: is the actual Spice Girls set the tone for that. So we try to stay in character with the person that we are.
That sounds like fun, dude.
I'm Harry Scary Spice.
Yeah.
So I follow Scary Spice, right? And so then we have maybe Baby Spice, who is akin to the character of Baby Spice, and then we have Slosh Posh Spice, who is Posh Spice.
Is that the guitar player?
That's the lead guitar player, yeah. And then we have Shorty Sporty Spice, and then the front
Is there Old Spice?
man woman is Ginger Binger Spice.
Yeah.
Ginger Binge. That's great.
Yeah,
Great
you know what?
names. So fun.
All this stuff like came to me, dude, and I was like,
You did all those names?
yeah,
That's
all
great.
my-
Hey man.
Thank you.
Love it.
Yeah, it's like
What's your favorite color lipstick?
my favorite color lipstick.
Yeah.
Black, because it matches my leopard spots.
Nice.
Hey man, would you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you pull my iconic sponsor flag down, please?
I don't know if he.
This
You
one.
can- yeah, just pull it. No, just yeah, exactly. Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
absolutely.
It's not perfect, but I'd rather see that than thank you so much. Look at that.
Yeah.
Let's give a nice 3 cheers, iconic guitars, San Diego Company.
Yeah, iconic. Look at that beauty.
Thank you.
That
Kevin,
is a
the best.
beautiful instrument.
Kev,
I'm not pointing at your crotch, okay?
we got to worry about this guy, Kevin. Kevin's watching, laughing his ass off right now, thinking, you know what, Sppike Mike, I like his reverend bass, but you know,
Well, I'll
we
tell you what.
make P basses.
I'll tell you what, I endorse Reverend. Okay, they're an instrument company that I absolutely love and thoroughly enjoy. And
You're in the public eye. How many gigs a month do you doing? Because reverends, obviously, they value you.
right now we're doing, well, in the first 17 months of Spice Pistols' existence, we did 19 gigs.
Is that counting the America's Got Talent? Or
Yeah,
including-
yeah. Well, no, that doesn't count America's Got
Yeah, no.
Talent. In America's Got Talent, we did 2 live auditions. One was televised on AGT.
Did you watch that?
Nice.
I
Yeah.
watched them, yeah, for like a
38 seconds?
Yeah, 38
Yeah.
seconds.
Is that
Yeah.
searchable?
Yeah.
Obviously
No,
on
it's-
YouTube.
It's on. You can get it on YouTube.
How do we search that for our viewers? Because I'm sure our
They can
viewers.
Google it. Just go Google it.
Just
Google
Spice Pistols, America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
It'll come
Check
right
it
up.
out, people. Feel
Yeah.
free to check it out and come back.
yeah.
We'll be here. We'll still be here.
The greatest takeaways from that experience were Melanie Brown,
Yeah.
who
Mel-
was a
Mel B,
judge,
yeah.
standing up and absolutely loving us.
Yeah.
Brad.
And then when
was she
Simon
wearing?
got up and hit all 4 buzzers himself,
Wow.
and she was yelling at him, going, "Why'd you do that?" You know. Then he says, "Well, at least you're better than the original." So we
Right.
have those quotes, which are great. You know, like
You can
Spice
totally.
Pistols, AGT.
You can
2 Punk
publicize
for,
those.
you know, AGT.
Yeah.
It's like you had like put out a flyer like one of your
And
next
you-
gigs, like
you-
Simon Cowell.
Yep, no, that's actually we created a sticker that's going to be made very soon when I can afford more than bread. Like, yeah, we're making a sticker that says Spice Pistols, 2 Punk for AGT, and on the bottom it says Simon Cowell. At least you're better than the original, and that's our detail.
I like that.
Yeah, yeah. And, you know, it was a great gag for them, and it was a lot of fun for us. And one of the neat things too is we do actually have some footage of the sound check because we played the Pasadena Civic Auditorium. in front of
Wow.
3,000
How was
people.
that?
That was amazing. That was amazing. I felt like I was in the Grand Ole Opry or something. The way the inside of that place is built.
Good monitors,
Yeah.
good sound crew.
Yeah, now, during the sound check, it was, but because they set us up as a gag to fail, they killed the monitors, they killed
popping?
the sound.
Who's
when we
popping
were
a beer
live
over there?
on TV?
I'm just kidding.
You know.
I know I interrupted the guest. I shouldn't do that.
No,
But no, it is so. That's so rad. That's so rad.
Yeah, it was fun, man. I mean, you know, now it was neat being on TV, and you might say, oh well, you got your 15 minutes of fame. Thank you, Andy Warhol. But I'm like, dude, you shorted me like 14 minutes
15,
and
at least
10 seconds. Like,
38.
where's the rest of my 15 minutes? You know, I'm not greedy. I'm just, you know, I'm getting
Well, you
what
want-
I got coming.
It's got to be fair.
Yeah.
But do you have like a lot more of the footage from the sound check, or is that like?
We have about, well, so they limited us to 90 seconds, a 90-second version of the song because it's a cover song.
Yeah.
And by doing that, they don't have to worry about licensing.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so that's what we have, is we have, like, I don't know, like a minute and 60 or something. You know.
That's cool.
And yeah, it's neat.
With all the production and all that stuff too, right? All the,
Yeah,
all the angles.
and we did sound good, and the audience went nuts when we were done, which was great. Whereas, you know, well, I probably shouldn't say too much. I'm going to get a call from some attorney going, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, what are you doing?
You know, but,
I
you don't-
love
you
the
don't have to.
legalities.
It's always some sort of legality. It's a legal world.
It is. It is. We promote the idea of if you keep talking about it, we'll get in trouble, and I think that's cool.
oh yeah, well, you know, any publicity, you know,
It's good publicity.
any publicity
Like,
is good
Sppike
publicity,
Mike was running
right?
his mouth on Theory Thursday. They're like, "What's Theory Thursday?" Like, "Oh, these other assholes." You
Right,
know?
right. No, you know what? Television is television, and Hollywood is Hollywood, and they have their purposes, and they do what they do. You know, part of the process was they told us they wanted to do background story on us, and so we all sent in, basically wrote out our life story and sent it in to them as individual band members, and then the producers came up with this idea where they wanted us to do the backstory as this band called the Pistols, which was just plainclothes old guys that had a high school punk band and put it back together after they, you know, got to retirement and killed their careers and all that kind of stuff, divorced and whatever else. And so we went and we filmed these interviews and we did all the stuff. And I got to tell you, you know, it was really neat acting as what we were directed to act.
Yeah.
You know, it was cool. I felt like freaking, you know, Clark Gable for a minute, only I'm more handsome. But, you know, like that whole experience was cool. They took us underground at Pasadena Civic Center and they had us walking down these plumbing hallways with all these pipes and stuff. I got to throw a chair at a $175,000 camera and missed it by a half inch. The
Why did
camera
you-
guy's face was amazing.
So, okay, since I am a host of a show and I love shopping for cameras, I'm a little offended. Why would you throw something at a $175,000 camera?
Because they said we want you to look angry and mean and blah blah blah. And so, you know, I'm pretty good at looking angry
so
and
that's
mean.
just it's preempted.
Yeah, you know.
Hey, how about this? Can you hear the fucking cricket?
Cricket,
It's
I do.
loud in the headphones.
He's like right up
He
on the
like
microphone.
moved in. He's like wants to jam.
No, he's right on the microphone.
You need me to
Want-
poke him?
He will go away
Is
once
he
we play
over
though.
there?
Dusty,
No,
you
he's
start jamming a little bit, Dust. Start
Yeah.
jamming with yeah, just do another jam. Just gonna shut this cricket up. It's like, wow.
Yeah. It vibrates.
Yeah, good jerk. Good gerb.
Good jerk.
Good gerb.
All right. There it is there.
It gets crazy in here. You ready?
Yeah.
Go, man.
What do you want to do?
I don't know.
All right, let's
Funk out.
improv. How
Funk
about
out.
a little funk beat?
Sure.
super fun. Super fly fun.
Major jammage. Having fun over there? Man, did you hear the knuckles on that freaking ape over there?
Yeah, huh?
Loosen it up a little.
Yeah, man.
Sound like a chiropractor appointment over there.
Yeah, well, being a little deaf, some of that stuff I don't really hear, man.
Yeah, how's your hearing doing?
Well, my
Let-
hearing's doing a bit better right now. I did a series of 3 shots of steroid directly into the eardrum.
Is that right?
Yeah.
How's that work?
Well, like
Glenn?
3 months ago now, I lost another 20% of my hearing dropped. I'm deaf in one ear and part deaf in the other one, and so like that was the treatment that they.
So when
had
you say
to offer.
steroids, I'm thinking not stem cells, but like steroids.
Yeah, actual steroids.
A different chemical.
Yeah, I guess the intent is to shock the tissue to make it go back to where it was. So if it's up to I think they said if it's up to 9 months since the sudden hearing loss, they can go in and do this treatment, and in 85% of the people that receive the treatment, it works.
You do that here in town?
Well, it helped me a bit.
I mean, did you do the procedure here in town?
Oh yeah. Oh no, I did the procedure in North County. I live in Vista.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I still mean that.
That's still town.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's like
Relatively.
calling Orange County L.A. though. But I mean,
Not really. I mean, it's still San Diego County.
Wow, he's pretty geographically sensitive to where he lives.
LA.
Well, I am.
We
a little.
still consider North County San Diego.
North County is North County because
Yeah.
it's San Diego County.
It's county.
But see now,
Orange
it's a
County.
suburb of the city of San Diego, though.
Yes. Well, so is La Mesa. So is
Right, exactly.
everything else.
So dig this. I think we draw the line at college.
No.
Lake Murray Boulevard is where San Diego quits.
No, I'm in San Diego.
Exactly my
I'm-
point.
I'm over-
Lake Murray Boulevard's the
Yeah,
board, isn't it?
Yeah, relatively in the
But my-
125.
but my-
Like, and then
my
Dallas,
dad's
Right where it is.
where
It's
Dallas
where it
and
is.
Jackson.
But Orange County definitely does not want to be any part of LA, and it's
Absolutely
not.
not.
It's more like
I'm originally from Huntington Beach, so
Yeah.
that's why it's a tender spot for me,
Yeah.
because lots of people from down here want to talk about Irvine and Huntington Beach being LA, and I'm
yeah,
like,
no.
like, don't do that.
yeah, I
You know.
agree with that.
I grew up
Though
in Glendale.
in recent
so.
years, Huntington Beach has
different
an LA
tribe.
attitude, and it's not so much. I don't want to call it my hometown anymore. You know, because I got a little resentment going on there against somebody that fights for 12 years to call their place Surf City, USA, when surfing actually did not begin in Huntington Beach. I don't want to go into all that.
That's okay.
That'll make me crazier than I already am. You know.
Very well.
Yeah.
It posed a few questions. I guess I can hold off until after we're done with this evening. Write in the comments if you have some any historical surfing questions.
Yeah.
Glenn, what do you got to say, bro?
You Howie.
I said this guy and me, like,
Oh,
you don't even know.
You vibing hard with
This is
Sppike?
going. You don't
I'm
know
sure-
where this is going.
you
but
got a
it's
new
gonna
buddy over there, bro.
Get ugly. It's gonna get ugly. I feel like I'm him, but I'm just sitting here and he's sitting there.
Right. You identify, right, my brother?
Are you kidding me, dude?
Yeah.
You're like my kindred soul. I like
From another mother.
That's rad, man.
Awesome.
Well, I was.
Awesome.
I think you and I were vibing a little bit like that first night we met each other. You know,
Yeah.
we were very engaged and looking into each other's eyes when we speak. Which I'm not trying to be silly about that.
Yeah, this is the second time he's been on the show.
I just told you I'm deaf, so I was looking at your lips. I read lips.
Yeah.
You're like,
okay, now you're getting.
So do you prefer to have like an in-ear
That's usually
monitor?
when I break out
Does that help
easy
when you
trigger.
to help with the hearing?
easy trigger.
Slow it down.
Does that help with the hearing to have an in-ear monitor when you play on stage?
You know what?
or-
It does. Actually, the
Yeah.
in-ear monitor does help because I can. But you know what? Sidebar. Soundmen are the most important members of the band that never get enough credit.
Here, here.
Period.
Oh, yeah.
Like those guys, like they kill us, or they make us look good.
Yeah.
And I think that one of the things that we as musicians need to take a stronger avenue of is making sure that they know that we appreciate them. You know, because
I think that has to do with the when you show up at the club and you bring your amp in. Like, you know, when I work with these guys, we make it a part to like, let's go say hi to the sound guy. We say, hey, you know, and then I usually like an icebreaker. Hey, man, what do you need at the bar? What do you need a drink, man? And
every
yeah.
even if they say no, I don't need something, I usually go get them something because
Right.
I like to have an impression. Like, hey, Mike was cool. I was thirsty, but he brought me a fucking drink or whatever.
Right. See, that's the thing is like what you give, you get back, man.
Precisely.
And like nothing's more true with musicians because I mean,
Well, I just want to make sure Dusty's heard.
Yeah. Well, dude, the reality is like we depend on the guy running the board. So how stupid is it to be an asshole to them?
Oh yeah.
I find it
You know what I mean?
very strange thing.
So to answer your question, the in-ear monitor absolutely helps when I have a sound guy that I've made my friend because I took a minute to talk to him a little bit. He'll work with me, you know, and
So do you not use your own in-ear monitors?
I do. I've begun to experiment with them. I haven't used them at a live show yet. I use them in practice.
Just one?
Yeah, well, I only have one ear. So see, that therein presents part of the problem is if I push it too far into my ear, I can't hear us talk.
Close out everything else.
Unless you're talking into the mic.
Yeah.
Or the lav, Big.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Sppike Mike?
Yeah.
No,
Can
but
you hear me, Sppike Mike?
everybody
Sitting right next to me,
can
bro.
hear you
And you're actually on my good side.
inside their.
The best part about having
Cranium.
one dead ear is like somebody I don't want to hear gets to sit over on this side.
Yeah.
I use that
But
with
also-
my wife all the time, dude. It's selective hearing, but now it's real.
That also helps to you kind of have to be on a certain part of the stage too, though, right?
Yeah, I do. I do have to be stage left of the drum
Yeah.
kit.
Thirsty?
Because
Me?
you know,
Yeah.
I got
Okay.
myself.
Sorry, no, I'm sorry, Mike.
if I don't hear the snare and I don't hear the tom, then like I'm playing by memory. And like the 80s were rough on the inside of my head, so the whole memory thing's not the best.
That was an amazing sentence. The 80s were rough on the inside of my head.
Yeah. I think the 90s were for me.
I,
too.
you know, which head?
I'm just gonna drop the mic and leave. I'm done. He's already outdone me.
Right. Right.
That's so rad. You having fun?
Dude, I'm having a great time.
Excellent.
I really appreciate you inviting me.
Dude, hey, it's our pleasure. You're gonna come back. You're a mainstay here in town. San Diego loves you, Sppike. That you know, you work
I love
hard.
San Diego, man.
You work hard, and we know it. You know, you got a lot of us have the same friends, and we're all in it together, and we all, you know,
We
all
see each other out and about.
We see each other out.
That's one of the most amazing things about San Diego that makes me love San Diego is there are so many people that embrace the sense of community. Like we all are, you know, we got each other's back when we're out there. I see more people showing up to other people's shows here than I ever did growing up in Orange County in LA. You know, I mean, there it's like dog eat dog and blah, blah, blah. Well, that kind of environment creates so many distractions that it's really hard to present what we work so hard to create,
God darn it.
Don't worry about it, Mike. Ignore
you
it.
know? And hey, he's keeping time.
He's probably digging what you're saying.
You know, Dusty, can you follow that?
Hit the kick sound or something.
But no, you know, aside from my third interruption this evening, I do agree with
Yeah,
you.
there it is.
Sppike. Whoa, that's a trippy tone.
Yeah,
What was that? Is that you got the phaser on?
No, it's me.
By the way, that's the phaser that Anthony LaCoco gave me.
Oh yeah.
That's a 1974 Phase 90. Oh yeah. Yeah. Huh. I'm gonna pop another beer 'cause I'm thirsty. Oh, it's getting crazy in here. Nice. Oh, there's the tonic beat. Oh, there's the tonic beat.
there, buddy. Nothing more fun than straight improv, man.
Huh?
Too fast.
There you go.
You hear that?
That was the cricket improv right there. That was the straight agriculture improv.
Or the rhythm.
He totally changed the rhythm.
Yeah, it's all good, man. It's all
was-
good.
The new jam.
Influenced by nature. He's back. He's singing.
By nature, yeah.
What an
Okay.
annoying little insect. But hey, you know, we're going to be...
I love the cricket.
As an American culture, I was having this talk with Jason a few days ago, we're going to be eating crickets on the regular within like 2 to 3 years. Like we can go to a liquor store and buy a bag of crickets
Like
covered in chocolate.
chocolate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be like a normal...
That'd be good.
That'll be
You
a
know,
normal
you had-
snack here.
That already happens in the Orient.
Yeah.
In who?
In the Orient.
In the Orient.
Yes.
I've already eaten a cricket.
Yes, for many, many years.
Before. I have.
Eat that one.
No.
No.
Had I have
It
eaten...
has to be barbecue.
It's almost like, just like Pop Rocks. Just
gotta be
put the
barbecue.
live one in your mouth.
pretty
Barbecue
much.
flavored is what it is. It's
Yeah.
barbecue flavored.
Barbecue flavored Pop Rocks? How weird.
Cricket.
Crickets, yeah, they have they have ranch and onion and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
like
yeah.
all that stuff in Japan. There's
Yeah.
all kinds, you know. It's pretty amazing stuff.
I wanted to talk
like
about
crickets.
pig hog cables.
Yes, pig
Let's
hog
talk about this. Is
cables.
you
This
know,
is
Pretty.
their armadillo model, which
It's very,
you know-
very. It feels like a pearl necklace, and not that kind.
you know what it reminds me of is payphones, man.
Yeah.
Dude, it's a total payphone cord.
Yeah, it's a total payphone cord, man. Like, and I'll tell you something. Like, they're indestructible. They're straight
Well,
indestructible. Pig hog is an
Jason
amazing
Thomas
company.
probably needs these now.
I don't know,
Yeah.
man. I've had that one
Well,
monster
you-
cable for like 25 years.
That's true. Yeah.
The same one I used.
Anyhow,
Yeah, man.
you know.
Pig Hog's great. I mean, I want to shout out to them as a sponsor. They really take care of us. And their equipment, solid signal, it's heavy duty. We beat the living crap out of it. My 5-inch heels can't even crush these things, man. It's ridiculous.
Well, they're a smart company because they figured out how to recycle all the public phones. They just say, hey, we'll take all those cables.
Dude, I
and...
saw a payphone today.
No,
Yeah.
where?
Yeah, it was
Where?
actually at a hospital, like in the bottom. of
Was
the
it an
basement.
AT&T style?
It was like, yeah, it was a not like yeah, it's like a payphone. It was 50 cents, by the way.
yeah,
Yeah,
They're also
it's
in the bus station outside the jail, just in case you guys need to know.
right.
It's good to know.
Right.
Thank you, Glenn.
That's the closest one I found.
Literally today, I even saw it. I was gonna take a picture of this because these aren't around.
That would have been a worthy pick.
Nah,
That would have been a good,
Instagram,
yeah, you know.
Insta schmooze.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Well, on that note, great looking cables. Obviously, this is an 18-footer, so this is probably the cable that you use live, so
This
you can
is
run
actually
around.
a 25-footer.
That's a
because
25
I'm
footer.
quite mobile. Like, I need that stretch.
And you know, after 18 feet of cable, you experience capacitance. So you are, especially after you break the line 2 more times like that, by the time you hit the front of a house, yeah, it's okay. People do this on purpose.
Yeah.
Jimi Hendrix did that on purpose.
They dull it down. They want to round that treble frequency up.
Yeah.
Right, and like for me,
Mm-hmm.
like I'm not a big treble guy in the first place. Like I like middle
Got
to
a pretty
bottom.
warm tone.
Yeah, yeah. My tone is really more middle because well, I mean, it cuts through better. You know, like I want an old freaking guitar guy, bass guy, Steve Azzola. The cat that I actually got that EB3 from, that 69 EB3, is he builds upright basses out of Ramona, California. And when I went up there and met him, I bought that bass and I bought a head. I bought an old Buster bass head, a Mesa.
It's a cool sound.
200 freaking watts of tube power. It was just ridiculous. Blow your nose for you and everything else. And,
Blow your nose for you. That's an
Rattle your membrane.
yeah, I'm telling you. But Steve taught me. He said, you know, when playing bass, if you want to really cut through well, you want to crank the shit out of your middles.
Yeah.
You know, most everybody goes with a high top or a half top and then a
He's
high
pretty MIDI.
bottom. But
Depends on
the
which
heavy
one.
middles will cut through everything.
Yeah.
You know, between that and learning how to play other octaves so that when your guitar players are hitting your octave, you go a different place. You know, you can cut through anything that way.
Rock and roll, man. What's your favorite effect on bass?
My favorite effect on bass, you know what?
The cricket.
The cricket is awesome
cricket.
because he except for if he's one of them crickets that like does that weird split time, like in between the beat.
Like the last groove?
Yeah.
You don't like that?
Yeah, no, the phasers are
Those
cool.
pretty steady.
You know what is really one of my favorites is the POG, the polyorganic.
Ah, yes.
I like that because I'm a big fan of
Do you own one?
8-string and 12-string basses.
There's a couple different models.
Yes,
Do you own
I like the
one?
old one.
The big one.
I like
The one with all the
I've
dials
had
on it?
one. I don't have one right now. I got rid of it on purpose because I knew it forced me to get an 8-string bass,
Ah.
and that's what I'm shopping for at this point.
Is that right?
I like Hagstrom stuff, but I like their older stuff better than I do the new
Hagstrom
releases.
is really cool
Yeah,
stuff.
they make some good stuff.
We've had those guitars on the show before.
Yeah, I played one of theirs at Lamb last year and kind of fell in love with it. But I think, because I do stuff with my hands, I build things, I think I'm going to actually build my own 8-string. In League of Liars and in Spice Pistols, one of my band members, one of my very dear good friends is Michael Fairchild. And he works for Carvin Kiesel. We used to be Carvin, now Kiesel.
Yep.
He's a luthier that he does all the setups on all my basses, does repairs. He restored like 5 of my basses. One that was in trash, needed truss rod. He did 3 truss rods for me so far. Full fret jobs, everything. But him and I are going to design and build an 8-string, and that'll be the next project. I already have a blank. I have a piece of ash that I got from the guy in Mississippi that actually came straight out of the freaking swamp where he lives.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So I want to build my own 8-string instead of, the Pogs are cool because they give that sound, but it's not the same.
It has
It's not the same because
yeah.
we all do so much with our fingers.
Yeah.
It is an
yeah.
acquired tone, though. Like most of the people like that actual that tone that it provides.
Yeah,
that
I mean-
synthetic sort of polyoctave
Cheap
generator.
trick.
Cheap trick, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nielsen uses it?
Yeah,
Does he?
not Rick Nielsen. What's his
Bass
name?
player.
Oh, jeez. My age and the 80s are kicking in with my memory.
Robin Zander's the singer.
Yeah.
The other guy, I forget his name too.
Tom.
Anyways, he uses it.
Yeah,
and
he's a big fan.
Yeah, and they've been used in spots in different places, but he uses them exclusively. He uses 12-string bass on everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the Cheap Trick songs all are 12-string bass.
You know what? I believe that's debuted on the Premier Guitar for Cheap Trick.
Yeah.
Premier Guitar is a YouTube channel that's actually a magazine in Nashville, and you can watch them interview guitar players and bass players alike while they're on tour in Nashville on the highly coveted. Am I plugging another show right now?
Probably.
That's okay. John Bollinger, I love you. You know I do.
I have a 6-string Carvin, like I bought in a.
Carvin
in,
makes amazing instruments, man.
In when I get that Dusty, like 90.
That was
93, 92, 93. 93.
Somewhere around there.
93, yeah. Nice.
Working at
Yeah.
7-Eleven
stuff.
back then.
Yeah, I worked at 7-Eleven specifically to buy that thing. It was
I
kinda
remember
like
when I came in there and I bought a pack of cigarettes. Like, dude, check out my new bass. I got to go stir the chili. So I'm like at the front checking out his bass. He literally has to go stir the chili,
Yeah.
Chili stir.
But yeah, like I've never played an 8-string bass. I think I picked up a 12-string one. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're
You
neat.
know, like that one you sent me, Dave. It was like an 18, 24 string bass. Yeah. It was like this, and it was just like you got to kind of,
That's
like,
crazy.
you're not gonna get like this. You got to do
Was
it.
that like a yes? It was Chris Squire kind of thing.
No,
Was that-
it was
no?
just some random
Just
thing.
There's some random thing on YouTube
manifesto?
or Facebook.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well. On these lovely notes, let's. We're at the tail end of our episode, and I want to extend some beautiful gratitude for coming on the show, spending
you,
time
man.
jamming with us.
My pleasure.
I think you're a great person, and I love your musicianship. We just want to hang out and jam, and it feels great, man. Thank you for coming on Theory Thursday.
Thank you very much.
Sppike Mike, everybody.
Yeah, Mike. All right.
Yeah.
Let's hear it. Mike. Also, and that is a Mike Watt model of the Reverend.
Yes.
I love
Watt
Mike Watt.
Flower, Reverend.
Dude, how about nobody has mentioned the tree.
I was
Okay.
noticing it. Yeah.
You want to hear the story of the tree?
Give me the
Where
story.
it came from. All right. So I'm a giant fan of Repo Man, the movie.
Okay.
Emilio Estevez's breakout performance, right?
Somebody threw
Emilio!
away.
Okay.
Somebody threw away a perfectly good white boy. Was that?
I was jamming and practicing, rehearsing in a room about half this size with a band I put together called Not Anymore, which of course is not anymore now. And the drummer was a bodybuilder, and the guy like ate crap tons of protein and vegetables, and that was it. And dude was foul. I mean, he broke grass
just letting them whip,
relentlessly.
letting them.
And one hot August afternoon when we were jamming,
God, the
I was
flavor
like,
just
I
entered my
cannot
mouth.
do this anymore. And I threw my bass down and I ran out to my car and I grabbed a little tree off the windshield, the rearview
That's
mirror, and I
hilarious.
threw it on there, and it just became
a thing.
kind of my signature deal, man.
Like a mini pearl, but
You know?
Like, just in case, hey, we're going to start a new band. I think you're a rad player. We have all these dreams, but just in case it's hot and sweaty in the studio and you're vegan and you smell like ass, I got a tree hanging off my headstock so I don't smell your ass.
So, there's one thing I did want to ask you
Yeah.
before we leave. So, watch that video where you threw your bass. That wasn't that bass that you threw down, right?
No.
No.
Yeah, okay. I just wanted
No.
I saw that. It was very
That's
good.
a stunt bass.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, and it will live to stunt again.
Stunt some
Can
more.
Jason borrow that stunt bass?
Well, no.
Yeah.
Remember we did,
What does it take to fix a stunt bass?
you just have to fix it. I'm sure.
Well, see, okay, so I threw it down aggressively, but intentionally in a manner
the
that
right-
would not destroy
the
it.
right way to completely
Yeah.
smash
I mean,
it.
listen,
Usually cheap basses are made out of poplar, and poplar just fucking explodes when you throw it on the floor. So what is this thing made out of?
right.
Is it a good
no,
bass?
It's a Yamaha
That's a good bass.
200. You know,
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's got active electronics. I bought it for $40 from some chick that does storage spaces. You know,
Rad.
And
Maybe we should have brought that on the show and done a fucking Gallagher.
Demonstration.
yeah, you can.
Pull a Mike Watt.
Yeah.
I got
Pull a
one
mic
sitting at
line.
home, but I paid
Yeah.
$250.
Do we have time to do one more song?
Yep.
One that I
That's
wrote.
how we.
for-
That's how we roll with the exit of the show.
Okay.
We will. We will see you next week with who's our guest next week, Jason?
What time is it?
We've been,
Another bass player, right?
Hour and 4 minutes.
Who's our guest? Who's our guest? I can't talk. Huh?
Oh, that young guy, bassist.
Oh, Martine.
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 Yeah, he also plays with Bart.
He has an Italiano last name, right? Martinera? Martine I don't want to butcher his.
Incredible bass player.
He's a very young,
Absolutely
aspiring,
uber
astute
skilled.
musician here in town. We look forward to seeing you next week, Martine.
Yeah.
You better
Yeah,
learn.
no, any chance
better
you
learn
get
what?
to see this young man play, you absolutely
Learn all the
should.
info, man.
Yeah.
Get it down.
That's your job, Dust. See, I've, it's usually the guest drummers that have to figure that stuff out.
Yeah.
What? I mean,
Yeah.
Sorry, man. I'll get a printout next time.
we will see you next week. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, guys, thank you for watching. We'd like to hit our sponsors up before we leave. I'd like to thank Bogner Amplification, iconic guitars. Kurt Mangan Strings,
That was
Mad
a
Hatter,
Sppike, sorry about
Guitar Products, Guitar Tune-Up San Diego, Mr. Dave Wright, SWR Video Productions. Also, hit that Patreon, hit that website, TheoryThursday.com. Muzio Drums. We gotta get that. We got
Muzio.
drums, we got strings, we've got guitars for sale on the website. Check it out.
Send some
and,
big love out to our executive producer.
Yes, and Glenn, thanks for being in the studio for the first time. Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
Glenn, for hanging out for
And
the show. man.
So much fun, I can't tell you what.
also, yeah, go to our website. Go to our YouTube channel. Like, share, and subscribe, people. We need it. Thank you. Oh, and thanks to Dusty for coming in, too.
Dusty, thank you for sitting in,
And
brother.
Sppike, it's been a pleasure. It's been an awesome...
In my mind, frightened child cannot see, can't see through his denial. In my eyes, all I see is my truth. Makes no difference what you tell me. In my heart, broken dreams, shattered faith. There is no hope left for me. Now the pressure starts to build. Paranoid, I can't sit still. Feelings start to overflow. You better run, yeah, you better go. I don't know what went wrong. Thoughts keep racing on and on. Who's at fault now? Who's to blame? You'd better come up with a name. Scary thoughts pressure starts to build. Paranoid, I can't sit still. Feelings start to overflow. You better run, yeah, you better go. I don't know what went wrong. Thoughts keep racing on.